Right, you lot, and here we are, the final day of the Premier League season. And it's just a bit dull. Arsenal, you let us down, man. Honestly. But there is one exciting thing to talk about. Although the top six is already wrapped up with. So it's just a bit pathetic. I mean, none of the big six minus. None of the big six are literally on TV today. When's the last time that happened? But there is one exciting end to the table, and probably the more exciting one. For me, I always find the relegation battle a bit more exciting than the title race or the top four race, because there's so much more at stake there. You know, there's such a big difference between going down to the Championship and staying in the Premier League. And I'm going to be honest, this year, it's been one of the best ones ever. I mean, usually there's always at least one or two teams that you know are gone. Like, look at last year. Watford and Norwich were gone since February, mate. But this year, yes, Southampton, we've known have been gone since the turn of the year. And ever since Nathan Jones was given the gig. But between Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leicester and Leeds, it's been so back and forth. I've changed my mind about 50 times. And Nottingham Forest somehow have escaped it. Big shout out to Steve Cooper. But today I'm going to be predicting the final day. Who is going to go down? So, let me lay onto the table what the current state of the table is and what would be the kind of scenarios that would need to happen for each team to stay up. So as things stand, Everton sit on 33 points after they got a late point against Wolves. Leicester sit on 31 points after they got a stalemate in probably the most dullest game I've ever seen against Newcastle. And Leeds stay on 31 points as well. Now, so if Everton win against Bournemouth, it doesn't matter what Leicester or Leeds do. They could both win 11-0 and it would not matter because Everton would have more points and they would not be able to reach it. If Everton draw, however, Leicester can stay up because Leicester out of the three teams has the best goal difference by quite a bit. So unless they get plummeted, then they've got the best goal difference. So that means if Everton draw and Leicester win, then Leicester stay in the Premier League. If Everton lose and Leicester win, Leicester would stay up. If Leicester and Leeds win and Everton lose, Leicester stay up. The only way Leeds can stay up is if Everton and Leicester fail to win, as Leeds can get to 34 points, Everton would stay on 33 and Leicester would stay on 31. And they've each got a game which I think are all winnable fixtures. There's not one fixture there where you look at it and you think that they can't get something out of it. So Leeds have Tottenham at Ellen Road, which on paper is the toughest fixture, but lads, it's Tottenham. Everton have to play Bournemouth away. And then Leicester have to play West Ham at home. And you look at that, and I can see a scenario where all three teams win there, but I don't think all three of them are going to win. So I'm going to say that Leeds can't do it, because I actually think Leeds do beat Tottenham 2-1, but I think the other two teams will get something out of their game. Leeds really have been relegated by the decision to keep Jesse Marsch past the January transfer window. I'll talk about this when I do my reaction to my Pro League predictions from August, but for me, the reason Leeds have gone down is quite self-explanatory. Jesse Marsch, they decided to back him and keep him at a time where he should have gone. And then they kept him past the January transfer window. They let him bring in a bunch of players. And then they sacked him and brought in Javi Gracia, a worse manager. It didn't make sense. If you were going to sack Marsch, he should have gone earlier. And the only reason Marsch kept the job for longer was because he won at Anfield. If he didn't get those wins against Chelsea and Liverpool early on, he would have been gone. So I think Leeds are going down. I think Leicester are going to win against West Ham. I think West Ham are going to play a changed side. The likes of a Paqueta or Rice or Bowen or Fabianski probably won't play in this one because they've got that Conference League final on their mind. And I think this was a dead rubber game. Like, yeah, West Ham could finish above Chelsea if they win and Chelsea get beat by like 2-3 goals. But it doesn't matter too much. That trophy is everything to them. I think Leicester will get a 1-0 win by an Iheanacho tap-in. And then finally, Everton against Bournemouth. Now, I know Bournemouth have been on the beach for quite a few weeks now. And I think I don't think they've won in a while. They lost to Chelsea, which is something. But, they're just partying. They're celebrating. Gary O'Neill in the squad, But we need to ignore that twice this season Everton have played Bournemouth with a combined aggregate scoreline of 7-1. They've lost to Bournemouth with a combined aggregate scoreline of 7-1. Don't forget that. This is going to be a draw, with Mark Tavernier getting an 86th minute equaliser to ruin Everton's hope. Leicester are going to stay in the Premier League against the odds. Everton will finish from 18th and Leeds will finish in 19th. That is how it's going to go. I might as well also give my predictions for who's going to get 7th place. With over top 6 and the race for Champions League and Europa is over, we do have the race for the Conference League. The journey's simple. Aston Villa, if they win against Brighton, they've got it. I think Tottenham are like a point behind, I believe, so they would need to have Aston Villa draw and then win. And then Brentford can catch Aston Villa if both of them lose. Brentford at play and Man City at home. And look, Brentford are the only team that haven't lost to Man City, but is a poor stack. They've only played them once. And I actually do see a draw in that game. Because I think Man City are going to be focused on those two big games, obviously, and I don't think they're going to play a full team. I think Brentford are a very well-drilled side, and I think they will get a draw. But I don't see it. Aston Villa against Brighton. I do think Brighton lose that, because again, they've not got anything to play for. They can't overtake Liverpool now. They can't go into 7th. They've got 6th, so I think Aston Villa do win. And I've already said that Leeds beat Tottenham, so I think Aston Villa are going to get the Europa Conference League. So that is my prediction. Everton to get relegated. Leicester are staying up. And in about 8 hours' time, this is going to look really poor. Don't forget, this is my most viewed video on this channel is when I titled the video, Argentina are losing the World Cup final, and we saw what happened. Anyway, goodbye, you lot.